with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
Good evening, I'm Haley Potter. Thanks for joining us for tonight's edition of the Erie News NOWCAST. New tonight, the entertainment industry has been hit hard by the pandemic, but now some businesses are relieved the state is lifting restrictions. We've checked in with the Meadville movie theater a few times during the pandemic, and the manager was disappointed time and time again about restrictions. Today, he's relieved about the lifted restrictions, but now the problem is just getting people to come back to the movies. This was the movie theater when I was there a little while ago today. Not many people in the theater and not many people in line for popcorn. The manager tells me they had a hard time surviving through the pandemic, especially with all of the shutdowns, causing them to close their doors for weeks or months at a time. Now they're operating at 75% capacity, but they rarely even fill the theater halfway. The owner thinks it's because people are still hesitant to go to the movies because of the pandemic, but also because there aren't a lot of new and popular movies out in theaters right now. In a little more than 23 days, most pandemic restrictions will be lifted, as we said. As we've reported, Pennsylvania mask requirement will still be in place until the state vaccinates 70% of adults. So where do we stand on that effort? Our region ends the week with more than 127,000 people fully vaccinated. That's about 40% of our region's population. According to the latest Pennsylvania figures, Erie ranked 7th statewide in terms of vaccinating people. Erie County has vaccinated about 44% of adults. Crawford has vaccinated about 37% of adults, and Warren has vaccinated roughly 29%. On that push to 70%, the state has vaccinated roughly 35% of adults. For the latest COVID-19 facts and figures, check out our website, erienewsnow.com. Allegheny Health Network's St. Vincent Hospital held a vaccine clinic inside an Erie County school today. This was the scene earlier today inside Mill Creek's McDowell High School. Take a look. The COVID shot was available to students 16 and older with parental consent. Hospital officials say they want to eliminate any hurdles when it comes to people getting the vaccine. They tell us that bringing the vaccine to a familiar place like a school may make people more willing to roll up their sleeve. Meantime, another Erie County school is planning a vaccine clinic to encourage more young people to get the vaccine. General McLean High School will host a COVID-19 vaccine clinic on Thursday, May 13th. It runs from 9 until 2 in the high school gym. St. Vincent Hospital will be administering the Pfizer vaccine at the clinic. The clinic is open to anyone 16 and older. Students will be scheduled through the high school, and anyone under 18 will need a parent or guardian permission. The event is also open to the public, but you have to have an appointment in advance. Erie County is recognizing May as Skin Cancer Awareness Month. Today, County Executive Kathy Dahlkemper issued a proclamation marking this occasion. Dahlkemper was joined by a dermatologist from LECOM, and the executive shared her own story of battling melanoma. Skin cancer is the most common type of cancer, and doctors say it's critical to get regular checkups and take precautions like wearing sunscreen.
You can certainly enjoy days at the beach and days on the boat or days in the garden. You just have to be careful. Put on the sunblock, wear a hat.
You don't have to be a dermatologist to know that this is this and that's that, and you don't have to know the names and medical terms. You just need to know that I have these things on my skin now, and if it changes, I'm alert to it, and then I can go see my doctor about that. And you won't do that unless you start with a mental baseline.
And if you do need to get in touch with a doctor, we have a link to find a dermatologist on our website, erienewsnow.com. If you're hoping to buy a bike this summer, well, good luck. There's a nationwide shortage, and the problem might not be solved for years. The owner of Competitive Gear on West 12th Street says bikes flew off the racks last year as people flocked outdoors during the pandemic. Manufacturers couldn't keep up with that demand, and Competitive Gear even ran out of bikes entirely for a few months last summer. Now the shop has a handful of adult bikes with 800 on order. But the owner says if you want a bike, you need to act fast, and even then, it might be too late.
I order bikes every day. I have 800 bikes on back order. I know pretty much exactly when we're going to get them, but customers are coming in looking for mountain bikes. We're telling them September, first time you're going to see those.
So if a bicycle store doesn't have bikes to sell, how can it make money? Our Ethan Kibbe explains coming up tonight on Erie News Now at 10. A A new kind of park is coming to Jamestown, New York. Today, city officials held a groundbreaking for the new Riverwalk Community Skate Park. Fundraising began 3 years ago with a matching grant from the Tony Hawk Foundation. The skate park will be built on the site of an old trolley maintenance house. Representatives from the Tony Hawk Foundation says the trolley pieces have been incorporated into the design. The project also includes extending the Riverwalk behind the park, providing additional access to the river.
Public skate park for Jamestown will probably be a shining example of what people can do in the region.
The park will be developed in phases and construction is expected to be completed by the end of this summer. Edinboro University is planning to honor nearly 700 students in a virtual ceremony this weekend. The event will mark the university's graduate and undergraduate commencement. The ceremonies will feature special music from the school's marching band and feature several guest speakers. Both ceremonies start at 9 a.m. tomorrow and will be live streamed. And the Edinboro Branch Library is launching a new program to encourage people to get outdoors and read. The library has created the Mini Mystery Walk. It involves reading a short mystery while taking a walk along Edinboro Lake. The mystery is broken up into 10 parts, which are printed onto signs along Lakeside Drive. People who correctly solve the mystery will be entered to win a Fitbit at the end of August. The family-friendly activity runs through Tuesday, May 25th. And right now we have another installment of our Friday Photo Finish series. At the end of the week, we like to showcase the work of our photojournalists. With the 2021 NFL Draft in the history books, we're getting a closer look at what it was like to be in Cleveland for the experience. Tonight, photographer Hunter Vaughn takes us to the NFL Draft through the eyes of a fan.
Cleveland Browns. Great to see you. Thanks for joining.
Angelina taking out. Nicholas keeping up. This is neck and neck.
From Miami, defensive end Gregory Rizzo, Rashawn Slater.
Thanks, Hunter, and thank you for joining us for the Erie News Nowcast. Join us for our next news at 10 p.m. on the CW and 11 p.m. on WICU and WSEE. Have a great night.